A massive way to request resources is through letters or emails. In countries like the USA, letters are commonly used, where people receive a letter, write a check, and send it back by mail. But in Latin American countries, that is unthinkable. However, the use of email is widespread around the world and is part of the digital campaigns that we can design. The advantage of digital campaigns is that they are massive. They allow us to reach a vast number of people, and they enable us to easily select who I want my message to reach: those who visit my page, the friends of those who visit my page, and people who visit similar pages. I don't know if this has happened to you, but if you search for information about a beach in 1S, you already have a Facebook ad to book a hotel at that same beach. This is because digital campaigns allow you to send information to people who exhibit certain behaviors. Follow those individuals and learn more about them in order to create increasingly specific campaigns. The downside is that it's not as easy as it seems. We need to have a budget and stick to that budget until we hit upon the right strategy. 2001 is a lot of trial and error, beta versions where you release, evaluate, go back, adapt, and release again. Here we must remember that everything is connected to micro decisions influenced by thousands of variables before reaching the final donation. That's why it's more of a marathon than a sprint. If your goal is for them to donate, there are a series of steps I need to take for them to get to know me, to fall in love with my cause, and to engage them with an easy request, and so on until we reach a donation. It's like climbing a mountain. I really enjoy rock climbing, and it's an activity I enjoy with my family. In rock climbing, as you ascend, you secure yourself, meaning you place your rope into a protection point so that if you fall, you won't hit the ground, but will only fall to the previous protection. Digital strategies are exactly the same. Let's look at an example of this process. First, I launch a series of videos on social media to raise awareness about my cause. What I'm looking for is for people to watch my video. Is that the first micro decision? Do I watch the video or not? And here variables come into play. What type of video should I use? At what time should I post it? How do I select my audience? What demographic characteristics include? How much money allocate, etc. There is a message where I also post a story on social media asking them to sign a petition. Here comes another micro decision. I see that story, and if I see it, I sign it again. There are variables including the design of the story, the type of request, the data I ask for. Now we have the minimum data of that potential donor. I can send them an email or several, and my email efforts begin. As advice, it is important to become familiar with programs like MailChimp, for example, which allow for email management and, above all, enable you to know whether people are viewing your email or not. In the end, returning to the example, I send newsletters with information that interests you. I include 2 or 3 sections and see if any of them get clicked to read more. I will be gathering information on what things interest him the most. I am winning him over. Now my future donor receives information both on social media and via email. I have more opportunities for them to see me, more opportunities for them to receive me, and more opportunities to get to know and connect with my cause. We continue climbing the mountain, and it's time to send an email asking for initial support. Are there many micro decisions here? Open the email. Put an interesting subject line to get it opened. Already open it, read it completely or skip to the end. Here is a piece of advice. Although in reality the postscript is no longer used because in an email one can simply write anywhere at any time. Adding a postscript reaffirming the message is very useful because it has been proven that people read the beginning and then scan to see the end. In the end, if there's a link, they will decide whether to click on it or not. And finally, Once on the donation page, they will decide whether to donate or not. A good digital campaign will measure all those elements, and we will know how many people open, read, click, and donate, as well as how many people drop off during the process and at which part of the process. Many micro decisions are made, all in less than 1 minute. For each of those decisions, there are variables that can change the matter, the way I address someone, whether it is formal or informal, the colors I use, and the questions I ask. We are sharing a tool with tips and suggestions for writing an email, but the reality is that there is no one-size-fits-all recipe, which is why it is so important to measure and experiment. You can create different versions, sending the same email with 2 different subject lines and measuring how many people opened one and how many opened the other. You send one email on Monday and another on Friday, and you see which one had a better response, and that way you adapt and improve. Clearly, along the way, you inevitably lose people, which is why in marketing we talk about a funnel, meaning that many enter, but few finish, generally. My recommendation for digital campaigns is to invest in someone from your team to learn how to use the tools. There are countless tutorials available, and they are constantly being updated as trends change. It's not enough to have the millennial kid who likes Facebook running your campaign. Digital marketing requires knowledge. It requires constant updating. It requires knowing how to handle a multitude of tools, and it requires measuring, and measuring. Once again, what I can assure you is that it is worth it, because never before in the history of humanity have we had the opportunity to reach so many people. And digital campaigns allow us to receive many small donations, which helps strengthen my organization. Because what happens if I have a donor and that donor is no longer available? My org dies. But what happens with 1 million donors? 100 stop donating. Nothing happens because I still have 999,900 donors. The road to achieving that is long, so if you haven't started yet, you need to start now. And here are some statistics. According to the Fundrise report on donation trends in 2020, these are the preferences of 3 major population groups: Millennials, Generation X, and Boomers. In all 3 cases, online donations make up about 55%. On the other hand, among the channels that inspire them to donate, the first is the use of social media, followed by email. If we look at the age distribution and historical trends, we can summarize and conclude that the use of online media and tools, both for making donations and for learning about causes, has rapidly become the primary means of interaction between donors and organizations. This is not considering that the pandemic has shifted non-essential activities to the virtual world. For us, the path is very clear. The future of donations, the future of fundraising campaigns in general, is online. But for people to donate online, they must first know you, like you, and it is not a quick path. The only exception is campaigns that are followed by an extreme event. There, people tend to donate quickly, and they do so again through digital means, usually through crowdfunding campaigns. As a final note, online donations have increased by 93% in the last 5 years. So it doesn't matter if you have many resources or not. Start creating a digital culture in your team now. I promise you that it will bear fruit, and in 5 years or in 10 years when you look back, you will be grateful that you started today.